Hi children, how are you? Hope you are preparing for your exams and enjoy your holidays also simultaneously. And coming to the lesson today, I am teaching you money and the credit. Money and credit. So this money and credit, if you learn these points, these are the important points from the lesson. If you are perfect in these points, you are very perfect in the lesson too. You can answer 1 mark questions, even 1 mark scaled questions also. So let us learn first double coincidence of bonds. What is double coincidence of bonds? When there is no money, when there is no currency, then this double coincidence of bonds is the necessary thing to exchange the goods from one person to other person. With an example, I can explain you easily. A, B, and C. A is having wheat with him, and B is having shoes with him, and C is having the pots with him. So A wants the parts, but the B wants the wheat. B wants the wheat, A wants the parts, and this C wants she wants a shoe. So how they are going to exchange? They are unable to exchange, but directly they cannot exchange. But if A wants the shoes and B wants the wheat, they can exchange it. That is double coincidence. If the both the wants are the same, then we call it as a double coincidence of the wants. Then they exchange, and this exchange of goods is known as the barter system. During the olden days, when there was no currency, this was the only system. Barter system was the only system. But after introducing the coins and the currency, and this difficulty of the barter system was removed by the money. And what is money? Money is the currency. Currency is the money. And this currency is printed in two forms, in the rupee and in the coins. This is not currency. It is printed by the government of India, Reserve Bank of India. And if you see the note clearly, you can see that printed by the this one, Reserve Bank of India, guaranteed. Here you can have guaranteed by the government of India. You can see. So in this way, Reserve Bank prints the money, and Indian under the governorship of under the guarantee of the Indian government. So this is what about the currency. And now we can use the currency for exchanging the goods. If you want to buy the wheat, so we can go give money as the medium of exchange, and we can take the wheat or anything else we can. And deposits with the banks. What is this? Deposits with the banks. Example, after introducing this money system, I am a working woman. So, or anyone who is working, they'll get the salary. For example, 10,000 salary, 20,000 salary, they are earning. And after using everything for the month, till 3,000, 4,000, money was with them. The money was left with them. What they are going to do with that money? For their safety, for the safety and for the savings, what they are going to do? They are going to deposit in the banks. If at a time lot of money is there, for example lakhs of money, so I can't keep it at home. It is not safe. I want to deposit it, and I am not in use immediately. I am not in need of that money also. So I am going to fix it for terms, for fixed term, for some months, like that. So when I am going to deposit the money like that, the government is giving some interest to me, because my money value will increase till the date from now to that time. So money, for that government is going to give interest. And what this deposited money government is going to do, that banks are going to do, banks are going to rotate this money for the welfare works of the government, or for if anyone is taking their loans, for them also it is going to give. Who are taking the loans, they are known as the borrowers. Please remember, they are they are known as the borrowers. So in this way, the deposits with the banks will be there, and demand deposits. What is this demand deposit means? I am having the money and I want the safety, so I will deposit. Demand for deposit is known as the demand deposits, nothing more than that. And what is this check? Check, I think you all know about the checks. This is a checkbook. Whenever we open an account in the bank, we are going to get the checkbook like this. And what is the use of this checkbook? Now I am having the account in the bank, and as I deposited my money in the savings, I am having money and I want to pay that money to another person, give that money, transfer that money to another person. What can I do without taking the money? I can use this check. This is the check format, and here you can have to whom you have to write, to whom you are going to pay. You have to write the date and your time, year, date, and year, how much amount you are going to pay to that person in words and in figures, and then you have to sign here. And when you if you give this check to the bank persons, they are going to pay the money for that person to whom you are going to pay. So no need of taking out the cash also. In that way, we can, through the check also, we can pay the money. And coming to next one, loans. What are these loans? This loans just now borrowing of money from any society is known as it may be the formal or informal sector. From any sector, borrowing of the money from any sector is known as the loan. Here this loan, and why the loan, need of the loan is necessary, why the people are taking the loan. So let us learn with two examples, Salim and the Swapna. Here Salim, as this is a festive season, then when the festive season is come, there may be more demand for the goods. Yes, Salim is working, is having a company, shoemaking company. So he got a good demand and a good order for his shoes. And he want to produce the shoes more. When he got the orders, he have to reach that order. For making the shoes, he didn't have money, enough money. So he'll ask who is given that order. He'll ask, he will take some loan from that person only as 20%, 10% loan. He'll ask, and when that person gives the 20% loan, utilizing that, he will keep some workers and bring the raw material, and he prepared. He promised to give that orders in time. So he prepared that and he gave the order. He got the money and profits also for him, for the Salim. So this loan is working very good. Is it not? Yes. Then coming to the Swapna. What is Swapna situation here? Swapna condition. Swapna was a farmer, and she wants loan to grow her crops, and she is having a little land, 1 acre land, like that small piece of land. So she went for the loan only, and she took the loan from the money lender, because after getting the products she has to sell. So she went to money lender, she took the loan, and she started growing the crops there. But unfortunately, there was droughts, or it may be heavy rains. Did she's going to get good crop? No. Then what she have to do? When there is no production, no result for her hard work, and no money to pay the loan, and when the loan is taken, we have to give the interest also there. So, and interest also, very more interest, there's money lenders are going to take the more interest. Then what she have to do? She have to sell a part of her crop, of her land, and she have to repay that loan now. So taking of loan by Salim improved him, developed him. But for Swapna, it became more worse case than the first case. So taking money from the money lenders is not good. We have to think that terms of credits. Why Swapna had taken the money from the money lender? Because for giving the loans, credits, terms of credits will be there. What are the terms of the credits? We can see with an example of a housing loan. House loan. For taking an house loan, to construct an house loan, what you have to do? You have to give the documents. You're having one example in your textbook. Go through that. Okay. So we have to take for any credit we have to submit our salary, regular salary income, and how we are going to repay that one. And you should show some collaterals also. Collaterals means some property which you are having. It may be house, it may be gold, or it may be you can say that animals like cows, buffalo, pasturage. Okay. So like that, the terms will be there. If the bank satisfied with our collaterals and our terms, then only it is going to give the loan. So Swapna is not having all that. She is having only little land and not regular income. So she went and took the loan from there because of these terms only. And varieties of credit arrangement. What are these varieties of credit arrangement? The credits may be from the money lenders, the credits may be from the friends and relatives, the credits may be from the cooperative banks or the commercial banks, or the credits may be from government or from any other sectors of the income. The credits may be, varieties of credits will be there, we can take from anyone. Loans from cooperative banks. As I said, if we want to take the loan from the cooperative banks, the business should be registered, registered business, registered income, address proofs, and so many other things. We have to show to the government, to the cooperative banks. Then they are going to give us a loan. And here the interest rate will be very less. Who are taking the loans, they are known as the borrowers, and who are taking the loans, they are the borrowers. And from where we are getting these loans? These loans we are getting from the depositors. Who are depositors? Who deposit the money in the bank. So what the government is doing is, from the depositors it is taking the money, it is giving little interest to the depositors, and again this money is rotated and given to those who are in need, like the borrowers, but from there it is taking a little more interest. And when it is getting the difference between this interest and that interest, the bank is surviving on that interest money only. In this way, the cycle is going on. What happened? You may think that if everything is given to the loan, when the depositors ask for the money to repay, then how the bank is going to repay that? Yes, yes. How? It is for that purpose only the banks are keeping with them 15% of the money with them, among the 15% of the money with them, and from that it is going to repay the depositors. And all the commercial banks, all the cooperative banks, whatever, all the banks and money lenders, banks should give their report how much money they are having with them, how much loan they are giving, and what is the interest rate they are collecting. Everything, every detail, each and every detail should be submitted to the Reserve Bank of India. It may be private bank, public bank, or it may be commercial bank, whatever bank. The everything, each and everything related to these transactions, they should give details to the Reserve Bank of India. It is a rule. Okay. Then coming to the formal and informal sectors. What are formal and what are informal sectors of giving money? What are formal sectors? Formal sectors are the commercial banks, the cooperative banks, and 1% of the government loans, and from other institutions we are getting some money. These are the formals. And what are informal sectors? We are getting credits from money lenders, from the friends and relatives, from other institutions we are getting, and other way of other organizations which the money is given as a interest, for the interest. So these are the formal and informal sectors, and taking loan from the informal sectors is not is not best when compared to the formal sectors. We should take the loan from the formal sectors only. And then coming to the comparison between rich and the poor. Here one survey and one comparison was taken. That is the rich women, poor women, and the women with the wealth and women with the medium wealth. So Now, for that purpose, you have to check this one. Yes, this graph. This graph, blue color and the purple color. Blue color and the purple color. This blue color is the percentage of loan from the informal sectors, and the purple from the formal sectors. And if you see this first one, from informal sectors, poor women takes more loan from the informal sectors, and women with little wealth, they'll take formal and informal almost same. But the women were well off households, their percentage is more from the formal and less from the informal. And the rich women, they take more from the formal and very least from the informal. So this is what this one, you have to learn this one also perfectly. This all about the formal, informal sectors and the comparison. And now what is this? Self-help groups. As we learned the case of this Swapna, and like that Swapna, only some small business people may there, like vegetable vendors, or one who stitches, like this you can see, one who stitches the beds, one who stitches the beds. For them, is the banks, cooperative banks are going to give money as a loan, as a credits? No. Why? Because they are not having regular income and everything. So for that purpose, what is the other way for them to develop the country and to develop themselves? If the people develop, the countries automatically it is going to develop. So what is that purpose? Then government started these self-help groups. What are the self-help groups? From the village itself, some 15 to 15 members, 15 to 20 members, they make a group, they form a group, and they save at least minimum 1 rupee. It is not 5 rupees, 1 rupee. Like that also, even every month they are going to save, all the group of people, they are going to save the money. And whenever in need, they are going to take it back as a loan from their savings only. For different type of varieties of loans, they can take from their savings. And the self-help groups also improve them, because when the meetings are going on, all discuss this, different people, different women, they'll sit and discuss how to save the money and how the world is going on, how we have to learn more things like that. The self-help groups not only helps in the economically, but it also helps the women to develop, and which includes all round development of the house, and it includes the development of the country also. So this is what self-help groups, small savings, and they are taking the loans from the bank, cooperative banks, formal sectors. Then Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. What is the specialty of this Grameen Bank of Bangladesh? The specialty is that in the Grameen Bank of Bangladesh, it was started with very little during 1970, and when it was rechecked in 2018, there were 9 million people, they were benefited with this from all the villages. And it is setting as the best example. And all the people who are taking loan from this Grameen Bank of Bangladesh, they are the women, and they are from the poorest section of the women. In this way, the Indian government should also increase the loan giving to the poor people, especially in the rural areas, in the village areas. And thank you, children. I hope you understand the lesson. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel. And if you have any doubts, please put it on the comment box. I am ready to answer that.